If Gary Parrish teaches a class anywhere in the world, I'm taking it. I don't even know if I need the credits. I'm taking it. It's as simple as that. I love that guy. Professor Parrish, all the students' favorites. Knicks, we're supposed to be picking at 19. They have made a trade with the Hornets. Michael Jordan needs players. He has never, ever, 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 ever won a playoff series as a team president or owner. Well, maybe this guy will help him get there. Kai Jones, Texas, Big 12 Sixth Man of the Year. Power forward. Going to try to give that team a little identity, a little physicality, maybe some rebounding, some mobility, maybe even a little offense. So there you go. Kai Jones, pick 19, supposed to be with the Knicks, but that looks like that has been traded to Charlotte. All right, Avery Johnson, do you like trading into this slot to take this kid? And this is the same conference I had Cade Cunningham, who was the #1 pick, but now we all the way back to the Big 12 with Kai Jones.
Well, you got to give the Knicks credit. You got to have versatility in terms of what all of these picks, and they decided to trade this pick. Charlotte probably made them a deal they couldn't refuse. But I like Kai Jones at this pick. He's primarily a rim runner. He plays from the basket outside to the three-point line. He's not a prolific three-point shooter by any stretch of the imagination, but he's a good offensive rebounder, finishes well around the basket, needs to improve his outside game, but he plays with a lot of energy. Another player with length, flexibility, durability, versatility. I think when you're Charlotte at this point, you got to find some guys that can also defend, because obviously with LaMelo, and, you know, you draft another shooter at the 2-guard spot. I think this was all about complementing what they have currently on the team. You don't know if you're going to bring back, you know, guys that are, you know, Malik Monk, for example. He's a restricted free agent. I don't see him in a Charlotte uniform look, next year.
James Bouknight and seems to be kind of almost like the opposite. Right? I mean, they're not the same. They drafted 2 guys that will not be fighting it out to do the exact same thing in the court at the exact same time. A little versatility, as you talked about. This was a kid at Texas. What can he do and provide as a guy who came off the bench for the Longhorns?
Dripping with so much potential, you'd need a bathtub to catch it all. He's 6'11", can handle the ball well, can actually effectively Euro step. I think he's going to be able to step out and shoot from the perimeter in a couple years' time. This is, no doubt about it, a top 5 athlete in this draft class here. Can understand why a team wanted to make a move to ensure that they were going to go get him. That's what we have here. I do like it, but we tend to see sometimes players of this mold, you know, long stretch 4s, crazy wingspan, showing some potential from shooting outside. They don't always hit. Kai Jones certainly has that potential there, but I think it's put it in the oven and let it bake. This is not going to be year 1, year 2 kind of deal.
All right.
Look up by 3rd year, 4th year, and maybe we're going to see something with impact.
Great athlete with potential. Is that enough to get a good grade from Professor Parrish?
We'll see. We'll see. He's handed out all A's and 1 B and a C. Kai Jones, you had him going much later in your mock draft. He goes here 19th overall to the Charlotte Hornets. What's your grade here?
First things first, what am I supposed to do when these franchises are taking the players that I've already established for weeks that I would take in similar situations? I'm happy to give out a bad grade as soon as somebody does something I find nonsensical. But this is a B-. I understand all of the potential with Kai Jones. Norlander laid it out. He's a terrific athlete. He did shoot a good percentage from 3 on limited attempts in this sophomore year at Texas, but does it bother anybody that he's never actually been a good basketball player? Like, he wasn't good as a freshman, 4 points per game. As a sophomore, 9 points per game. He might become a good basketball player in time. I'm not ruling that out. But he hasn't been a good basketball player at any point in his life so far. And so you're going to ask him, you know, if you're just Charlotte franchise, to become something he hasn't quite been. He might do it. I'm not ruling it out. But this is not somebody I would have taken, you know, in the teens of this draft.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.